So we want to get back to Taylor Stephenson. Again, we know that heat wave is certainly approaching us, but today should be not too bad.
Not too bad. I will say it'd be right near normal for this time of year. Still definitely noticeably hotter than the past couple of days, but at least it's not the brutal heat that we will be experiencing starting tomorrow. Here's a look at our current heat alerts. We do have extreme heat watch in place. I'm sorry, I keep getting it mixed up because very recently they switched over from an excessive heat watch and warning to extreme heat watch. It means the same thing. Feels like temperature is 110 to 112 degrees. For potential feels like temperatures for the south side and the peninsulas on Friday afternoon and evening. In North Carolina, you can see that there's no active alerts. I would not be surprised when they start tacking on heat advisories in those places in the gray, just because we will still feels like temperatures 105 plus in those areas. But of course, the main headline is that higher heat. Now today, I will designate Wednesday as that transitional day from the cooler temperatures that were below normal for the beginning of the work week to the hotter temperatures, dangerous heat for the end of the work week into the holiday weekend. Triple digit feels like temperatures for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, Saturday being the 4th of July. So something we're really keeping an eye out for, as we expect lots of people to be out and about in the midst of this heat. We have issued weather impact alerts for Thursday through Sunday. That's July 2nd through July 5th. The main impacts will be feels like temperatures 100 to 112 degrees. 112 degrees will be a more isolated number. It's going to be more heading inland towards I-95, but most areas should at least make it to 105 on at least one of those 4 days. Of course, find ways to beat the heat, and I'll give you a few tips later on in my forecast. Right now, though, it's not a bad start to the morning as we ring in the new hour at 10 a.m. Temperatures are in the upper 70s to the low 80s. 81 now in Norfolk, 80 in West Point, 80 in Melfa, 79 in Roanoke Rapids, 79 in Manio, 81 in Virginia Beach. And right now in Virginia Beach, we have a lot of sunshine. Southwest winds helping to pump in that warmer air. Dew point temperatures are in the mid 60s. So it is noticeably humid, but not unbearably humid at this moment. Right now, high pressure is in control, and what that will do is basically sit over portions of the U.S. East Coast out into the nearby Atlantic, and that will set up our heat dome. Now, heat dome is a area of high pressure that just sits over a certain area for multiple days in a row. The longer the high pressure system's in place, the hotter it gets. Now, underneath high pressure, the air sinks, and once it sinks, it warms up and it also dries out. So that's why you get very hot temperatures, but also very dry conditions, which is another thing that we're looking at over the course of the next few days, because we still have severe and moderate, in some places extreme drought ongoing here through Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina. Now, looking at our viewing area, you can see it's a very quiet mid to late afternoon as the cloud cover just kind of sits over the area. No rain to speak of, and the rain will be hard to come by over the next really few days. Now, heading through the rest of your Wednesday, temperatures will warm up to the low to upper 80s by noon. Notice how places around the coast, because of an onshore flow, will stay in those low to mid 80s. Immediately inland, like Norfolk and Chesapeake, and heading west, we'll see temperatures climbing to the low to mid 90s. Our normal high temperature for this time of year is around 89 degrees, so we will be, in some areas, just a touch warmer than normal, but still a typical early first day of July for us here across coastal Virginia and coastal North Carolina. Heading on down to later on this evening, temperatures will cool off to the upper 70s and low 80s. As you see, some higher thin clouds in the mix right now from our Thompson Creek Window Company sky view. Temperatures are going to start off in the mid 70s on Thursday morning, climbing to the mid 90s by the afternoon. Sunshine continues, but our humidity will start to really ramp up later on this week, and that will bring us those higher feels like temperatures. So feels like temperatures tomorrow, making it to the triple digits. Now, I will say Thursday is not the peak of this heat wave. It's going to be Friday and Saturday where we're seeing the hottest temperatures. So it's almost kind of a taste of what to expect for the end of the work week into the 4th of July. So here's a look at the Futurecast feels like temperatures right around 5:30 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. or 5 to 6, excuse me, during Thursday afternoon and evening. You can see it feels like temperatures across the coast, 80s, upper 90s, maybe getting close to 100 degrees in some places like Melfa. Immediately inland, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Newport News, feels like temperatures 100 to 108 degrees. So would not be surprised if some of our, especially western areas, are placed underneath a heat advisory. To get heat advisory criteria, we need to meet 105 degrees for feels like temperatures for at least 3 hours, which looks likely the further west you live. Now, looking ahead to Friday afternoon, feels like temperatures climb for places just off of the coast to the 105 to 112 degree range. And you see Norfolk, Chesapeake, Franklin, Newport News, West Point, Melfa, Tappahannock, Richmond, Emporia. Feels like temperatures 110 to 112, and that is going to be the heat advisory or the heat warning criteria for this area. So please be very careful, because in feels like temperatures as high as 110 to 112, heat exhaustion becomes a high possibility, and heat stroke becomes a possibility as well. Now, of course, I'm going to show you in just a moment the signs of that, the differences in heat exhaustion and heat stroke. But if you are seeing anyone who is exhibiting signs of heat stroke, you need to call 911 immediately. Now, on Saturday, that's the 4th of July, so I stopped right around 2 o'clock, and you can see with a peak heat of the day, feels like temperatures again 105 to 112. Wouldn't be surprised if we have another round of extreme heat warnings in place for Saturday. So here's a look at your weekend preview. Mostly sunny and very hot on Saturday. Temperatures will climb near 100 degrees. Another concern is that our morning lows will be very warm as well. We want to see temperatures lower than 80, because even at temperatures of 80 degrees, heat illnesses and heat illness related symptoms can settle in, like heat cramps and just fatigue. So it's getting a little bit on the nerve-wracking side that we aren't seeing temperatures below the mid 70s. I would prefer that right now in the upper 70s. So be very careful, because your body does need time to cool off if you expect to spend a lot of time outdoors. Now on Sunday, we repeat that. Highs will reach into the mid to upper 90s. Feels like temperatures, again, 100 to 110. Morning temperatures in the upper 70s. We are staying hot, though, with a chance for those storms kind of rebuilding back into our forecast, and we have the opportunity for more rain early next week. Now, here are some heat safety tips. Reduce or reschedule outdoor activities. That means that if you like to work out outside, that's fine. Just try to make sure that's in the morning time or during the evening time. Try to avoid around 11 a.m. to about 7 p.m. Those are the hottest parts of the day. If you can reschedule them for maybe another day, maybe next week, that's also a good idea too. Wear lightweight clothing and light color clothing. And I'm going to show you an example of this, actually pulling up a graphic here that will show you why we say this. Now, it's not just something my mom and grandparents, my father telling me, don't wear dark colors in the summertime, you're going to get too hot. It's really actually a science to this, right? So it's called albedo. Albedo is just a big word for reflectivity. How much reflectivity does an object have? So an object with high albedo means that it is very light colors, and it reflects sunlight easily. So think about a snowy day. When you have snow on the ground, a lot of times the ground temperatures can't really warm up because the sunlight's not absorbing, it's reflecting back into space. Now, in low albedo, think about pavements that are gray or black. Those absorb so much sunlight. That's why pavement temperatures, when it's 99 degrees outside, can reach up to 140 degrees. And why we always make sure to tell you, one, don't go outside without any shoes on. But number two, also your pets, they can feel that heat too. Make sure they're wearing pet safety shoes as well. But those darker colors absorb a lot of sunlight. So that's why your dark color clothing, I will say, do as I say, not as I do today in Navy. But of course, wear those light colored clothing and articles so that you can stay relatively cool and allows your body to cool off. Now, as we progress throughout the area today, we will be watching for what is going to be a hot day here across Hampton Roads and northeastern North Carolina. What will be in the picture for us for your Wednesday is going to be a hot day for us here across Hampton Roads and northeastern North Carolina. Temperatures temperatures today will climb into the mid 80s, for around places around the coast. As we get into the afternoon today, we will be watching for what is going to be a day in the low 90s as you head immediately towards inland areas, Norfolk and Chesapeake and inland. And then as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, feels like temperatures will be around 100 to 112 degrees with air temperatures in the upper 90s. Could we potentially break some records? It's a possibility. We have the track record to maybe show that we could get the hottest 4th of July on record here in Norfolk, and temperatures finally start to cool down early next week.
All right, sounds good, Taylor. Yeah, definitely have that water, sunscreen, everything ready. Definitely wear the light colors for sure. You hit everything right on the head. So we appreciate it. Definitely stay safe, everyone, especially this weekend, or if you are going out, maybe this afternoon as well, too.